is you have been carrying through all these ages, what you have been interacted, how you are interacted with the social surrounding, what is the nurturance has taken place, what are your belief and ideas about your social surrounding, whether you are a team man or not, okay, whether you believe in others' ideas, okay, are you able to synchronize yourself when the situation demands, okay, even when you are not happy or you are not emotionally driven or you're not in a mood, is your personal attributes, personal feelings about that objective matters here or not, okay. So despite all these things, if you are able to justify your role as a team member, then you are having all those qualities which are required to be becoming an officer, okay. So that is what is being gauged by the thematic apperception test. Now, what all responses you have given in thematic apperception test, they all will be interrelated. Okay, within a set of 12 stories, no single story will be seen in isolation, right? So, whatever observations we are drawing, inferences we are making out from your first story or second story or third story in that manner, either it gets confirmation in the subsequent, it get confirmed in the subsequent story, or if not, we do take that impression to the subsequent part of your psychological assessment. Okay, now that subsequent part of a psychological assessment which helps us to form, to get a confirmation of already observed trait, okay, which by now we have been giving a benefit of doubt to you, okay. If it gets confirmed during WAT, situation reaction test, or self description test, then we award that confirmation that yes, this boy and this girl, whosoever is the case is having that quality which is confirmed hereby. Okay, understood? So suppose in case I get a streak, okay, which is not getting confirmed in the subsequent story. One of the story gives me an idea that intensely you have used to project yourself. Okay, it talks about your self-centric attitude. Okay, now since it is not getting confirmed in the subsequent story, I still carry one of the attribute to get it confirmed in the confirmation series, right? So confirmation series will be uh, anything out of your WAT, SRD or SD, right? For example, if you talk about WAT, if your responses are personal in nature, okay, if your responses are personal in nature, may not be all the responses are personal, okay, maybe few of the responses are personal in nature, so that becomes evidence for us to get a confirmation, yes, you are self-centric, okay. When it comes to a teamwork, you are self-centric, and that you don't believe a teamwork, right? You don't reside any belief or trust in the teamwork, you look for your personal gains. Understood, beta? So that is how the WAT, SRT and SD helps us to arrive on a conclusion. Understood? Now talking about the WAT first, word association test. This is again a scientific methodology which is adopted to understand when we give you a stimulus in form of a word. So whatever first thought or idea which comes to your mind on seeing this particular word, you are supposed to express in a form of sentence, right? So number one is this. Number two, there are your answer sheet is serially marked from number one to number 2020 on the first page, and subsequently all in parts of 2020, right? So if you tend to miss out something, okay, any of the word is being missed out and you don't write, this could be a case. Another case is if you are giving your response, but that belongs to another kind of word, not in that serial number. That could be a case, right? Another case would be that you, as I told you, you leave it blank. Okay. Now it becomes an investigative matter for us. Okay. Apart from a confirmation, it gives a case for investigation that why you left that word. Okay. सही है. if you have some problems, okay, the stress builds up in your mind on seeing a particular word. Say it is an intense word. You don't like, you convey it somewhere that you are afraid of blood, okay, or some accident happens, you are trying to dilute the situation presented to you in the thematic apperception test. So that was the earlier idea I got from your response. Okay, whenever you see, or in one of the story, if you see there is an accident scene and you are trying to dilute it, either you are not entering in the situation, or you are trying to give a kind of a you are suggesting that you are a painter, you are doing a painting, and this was a painting which you have made, okay, or some skit, okay, some drama, some event to demonstrate a road accident, how to avoid the road accident, okay. This could be also case. So there could be a lot of cases which are suggestive in nature, that you tend to avoid entering into these stressful situations, especially pertaining to accident scene, because you are afraid of blood, afraid of injury, okay. That is why you are avoiding. Now, since I was not getting a confirmation within the TAT itself, or for that matter, if even I get a confirmation, I will penalize you, right? I will say that you avoid the stressful situations. Okay, your self confidence is down, your courage is down because you are not able to take a risk and enter in the situation, right? Your mental stamina is down. Okay, any of these attributes I will penalize. And once I identify a particular strong attribute, I will not penalize you twice for the same mistake. Okay. Now intelligently I have to see whether it fits in mental stamina. There is some problem with the mental stamina, or there is some problem to avoid the risky situations. What is this? Okay. Where it gets aligned. So how I'll get the indication? By looking at your WAT. Okay. If you are avoiding, if you are not writing a sentence against a murder or kill, okay, and you leaving it blank, so automatically it get confirmed, yes, you are having a problem with the mental stamina. है ना, right? And that there could be another possibility that you tend to avoid all these situations, okay. Maybe a problem with the speed of decision, okay. You have understood, but the speed was less, okay. And that is why, because of this, you not only avoided kill, there are subsequent words also you failed to note that, okay. So if you give extra time to think, or you are trying to manipulate something, okay, which is coming, the instruction says which comes natural to you. The first thought or idea which comes to your mind, you're supposed to write it down. If you are trying to manipulate, obviously you're trying to consume more time because you're trying to manipulate it. And by the time WT starts and TAT finishes, you are already regaining your consciousness. Okay, you are already conscious now. You are more towards manipulation, right? Now there becomes a pattern. All of a sudden, in between, you are leaving your some of the words because you already consumed more time and the words have moved ahead. So then we'll see a pattern. Okay, there is a problem with the speed of decision, है because that is why you are not matching up with the words. Okay, and probably this would get supplemented if you write the words in order to understand that बाद में आके revisit करके लिख लूँगा, है ना, ऐसा होता है ना. So in the beginning only I told you, SSB is not a conventional exam. It is something very, very different. Okay, it is not that there are set answers to a particular question, because that kind of answer may bear a different connotation as far as your unique personality goes. The same response would hold good for Rohit, may not hold good for Mayank. Okay, because both have got different personal attributes. Understood? So that is why there could be a possibility. Then you people are leaving words, and now it becomes an interesting case for us for investigating. So now, what is the idea here is? Idea here is that you are supposed to attempt all the words. Okay, so that means you are supposed to give your responses against each and every word. That is very, very important. You cannot afford to leave any of the word here. The moment you leave a word, that means you are heading for a trouble. Okay. Now the problem lies, most of the candidates, they are not able to match up with the speed. Okay, they are confused. It is a simple reason because they don't have a us to their expression, or they are not good in comprehensive abilities, or they are lacking with the information. Okay, the originality is not there, they are manipulative kind, so they are the, it is across 90% of people who are getting failed and rejected from the assessment. Only those 10% people who are able to do this, okay, that because they got a originality within them, right? So they, you people are failing to note there is another important instruction which is given there, that you may or may not use the word to describe your thought or feeling after seeing a particular word. Most of you are neglecting this, right? So this gives a strong indication that there is a way to go ahead. Okay. So what is the way? The way is pick up this point. You may or may not use the word, right? So this gives you a liberty to uh, go for a substitute of that word, or maybe when you understand the meaning of the word, you can put across your idea in some other fashion. Okay, suppose murder is a word, for example. I'll say to you, murder is a word, and this is a very intense word. Okay, it gives you a pressure or stress in your mind. So you immediately, if you are intelligent enough, if you are practical oriented, if you are not fearsome, then you will say the brave Indian soldiers eliminated the terrorist, है ना? तो मर्डर का मतलब सांकेतिक तरीके से आपने वहां पे क्लियर कर दिया. So this is an art. The more you tend to replace or don't use the words, you are gaining a certain level of competency, wherein it will empower you, it will help you to write down your responses quickly. Okay, you are not supposed to write your responses more than one sentence. You can do that, but then you are actually heading for a trouble again. Okay, more you write, more you likely to cross over the next one, है ना? Then it creates a chain reaction of the stress getting built up. Okay, one by one, one by one, one by one, and it augments, and then finally the worst will happen. Okay, it will end up leaving few words, and it will end up taking those kind of shortcuts that you are writing some words and thereafter you are revisiting it, right? So a psychologist is destined or trained to look for those things, especially which you are cutting and revisiting, right? So please understand and mark it. You are not supposed to cut it, you're not supposed to revisit it. One go, one shot, one kill. Okay, that is possible when you are practicing a lot by not using the word. Okay, make it natural and convenient. 99.9% chances will be there that you will not get stuck, okay, after gaining a competency.